Hey guys, Jay-Sensei again, and this is going to be what if Luffy was a beast, part 2. And, actually, if you guys didn't watch the last video, go ahead and watch it, as it probably is just now being uploaded. And, yeah. Sorry if this series is going to be uploaded very close together, as this is a series I've been trying to do for the whole 5 days. So, yeah. So, this probably about by next week, what if Luffy was trained by Shanks is going to be finished, as I've been writing multiple scripts for each part, and yeah. So the threads are just getting over Logtown. Also, there's one thing I do need to recap. Actually, I changed my mind. Nami's not going to be aged up. She's going to stay being 15. Usopp is 14, and Zoro and Sanji are 16. And Luffy is 17, as he is aged up 3 years. I messed that up in what if Luffy and Ace were blood related. Well, actually, no, I didn't. I had them train on the island for a little longer. So yeah. So the Strats, they just got over the red line, and Crocus actually asked Luffy to kill the members of Brokeworks for trying to kill Laboon. And Luffy agreed. Luffy is going to end up going into the red line, and this time Vivi, I'm gonna say that the thing in Alabasta is not like going too bad, but it is just now starting, because I forgot when the stuff started. So Vivi would actually be too young to be in Brokeworks, so she's just going to be wandering around in Whiskey Peak. So yeah, that's because I don't know the full thing about the revolution and everything with Crocodile, so yeah, I'm gonna say it's just now starting. So Luffy, also one thing, Ace and I forgot to go over where Ace and Sabo are. Ace and Sabo, Ace started the Spade Pirate still, and he just now ate the Devil's Root. So yeah, this time he was on the island before he met Mastius. So yeah. So Ace is already known as Fire Fist Ace before he even has a pirate crew, as him and Sabo already had bounties of 5 million. And Sabo was heading towards Shanks just not give anything to Shanks. He's going there to talk to Shanks. Sabo made it to Shanks, as they took a completely different route and just went straight for the Grand Line. And this time, I'm going to say Shanks wasn't in the New World, as he was just kind of chilling somewhere outside of the New World and was just chilling in the Grand Line. Sabo found him, and he started talking, and Shanks let Sabo onto the crew after hearing Sabo was Luffy's older brother. Not older, just Luffy's brother. I guess Sabo's a few months older than Luffy. Yeah. And Ace is actually going to just gathers up the same crew, but this time it's like Luffy, like he didn't intentionally gather them up. They were just there for coincidence sakes, and Ace doesn't really care if anyone joins him. So he's like, join me if you want. Like at this point, Ace would even let Blackbeard join his crew. So yeah, and Ace is not going to join Whitebeard. He's actually going to be an ally. Because I'm going to say Ace ran into Whitebeard. Whitebeard asked Ace to join. Ace would say no. And everyone on Whitebeard's crew was shocked. Someone just rejected joining Whitebeard. Because Ace said, I don't want to be under you. I'll be an ally, but that is it. I'm not going to be on your ship. As Whitebeard says, alright then, you youngster, let's fight. As Whitebeard picked up his Bicento, and Ace, for the first, no one has seen Ace use a special move except, no one. Ace failed this move on his own. Whitebeard just swung at Ace, as Ace just turned his arms into blue flames, and all of Whitebeard's crew was like, oh no, that attack hits Whitebeard. He might be burnt if this kid is actually what we think he is. As Ace didn't even actually do what everyone was thinking he was going to do, and just spun around rapidly as he's generating blue flames. And Whitebeard just couldn't hit Ace, as Whitebeard can't use as much intense hockey. So yeah. At one point, Whitebeard does get a good strike, but once he realizes Ace is actually using visible hockey and bent himself, he bent to an angle where Whitebeard couldn't really slice him no matter how much hockey he used. So eventually just get on the Bicento and run towards Whitebeard and knee him in the nose. Because Whitebeard can't track Ace's speed. Ace's speed is like almost a Kizaru level. Same with Luffy. Like Luffy, Ace, and Sabo are like move at Kizaru levels of speed. As Ace would actually just jump over Whitebeard and hit him with a Fire Fist square in the back. And Whitebeard just says, "Alright. I can already tell you're above most of my commanders." As Whitebeard would then say, I'd even put it on the fact that you're on the Marco's level right now. As Marco would say, "Oh yeah, I could not do that to you at all, so you would never know what my level against him is, as he's going to be an ally now." And Blackbeard instantly knew that if Ace actually does end up being an ally, he's probably going to be killed by Ace. As he can already tell Ace is one of the guys that would actually resemble, not resemble, but care about family. And Ace can kind of feel Whitebeard does like he senses Blackbeard likes the Whitebeard pirates. It's just he has a goal that is above the Whitebeard pirates. That's when Ace would walk up to Blackbeard and say, You seem to like this crew, but there's something attaching you. There's something else attaching you to stay on this crew. What is it?" Blackbeard's like, "What the hell? You're gonna figure that out about me?" As Whitebeard's like, "Oh really? Teach, spill." As Teach would then say, "I want the Yami Yami no Mi." As Ace would say, sounds familiar. Some guy I killed was screaming about it. I believe it was also called the Darkness fruit. Blackbeard would say, "Yeah, it is. Did the guy tell you where it was?" As Blackbeard gets like a knife out. No hesitation, Ace just decks Teach in the gut, as Teach can barely even stand anymore. As Ace would say, "First, don't draw a weapon on me. Second, no, he didn't." And I was gonna say, but won't you join my crew? I'll help you get the Yami Yami no Mi. Teach would then just get the biggest grin ever and say, "If I backstab you, don't be surprised." As Ace says, "Oh, if you backstab me, I'm killing you." Blackbeard's like, wait, just like that, you're gonna kill me if I backstab you. He said, I already thought about joining me, and you probably were gonna backstab these guys. I might as well finish you here. And Blackbeard then just instantly surrendered, saying, "Fine, I'll join you." As Ace then say, "Alright, cool." As everyone was like, did someone just abandon the Whitebeard pirates for a smaller crew? As Ace has a bounty of around 100 million. Because, he's Fire Fist Ace now. Sabo, due to being on Shanks' crew, got a bounty of 90 million. Luffy's in the 60 million range. But yeah. So, that's what Ace and Sabo were up to. But back to Luffy. They're heading towards Whiskey Peak on their own accord. And when they get off, some people on the island are instantly like, "Hey, now don't stop here. We'll fight if you do." Someone still rushed at Luffy. No hesitation, Usopp just jumped and tackled them. As Usopp is 14, but he has to train according to Luffy. Like Luffy's making Usopp train since he was against having Usopp on the crew, but Usopp's an apprentice. So Usopp does have to train, as Usopp is very strong, but not inhuman. So Usopp tackles the guy. Him and the guy are actually matched. There's no one's above inhuman levels. Usopp is above his age level of strength. So Usopp being 14 probably has the strength of a grown man in their prime. So yeah. Usopp tackled the man, picked the guy up, and slammed him again. So yeah. Zoro instantly got next to Luffy, same with Sanji. Nami's on Luffy's back. Yeah. Nami is young to Luffy still, even though she's not too much younger than him. But Luffy still views Usopp and Nami as kids. As Luffy's actually very strong, so Luffy's just stronger and smarter than anyone his age. At this point, due to Luffy's intelligence, if he would actually meet Robin, he could actually probably decipher some of the poneglyphs with her. Not a lot of it, but some of it. Once Luffy and his crew get to a bar at Whiskey Peak, Luffy just instantly says, "Everyone on this island is probably a group of assassins, right? As you can tell, some of them are carrying concealed weapons, and they're concealing them very well." The bartender says, "Did you figure it out that fast?" Luffy says, "Yeah, you're all pretty good at concealing weapons." Usopp said, "Yeah, I thought I wasn't crazy." And then he said, "Yeah, I've seen pirates do better." Zoro says, I didn't care too much." Sanji says, "Marines also conceal weapons in the Baratier." And the guy would say, "You guys a pirate crew?" Luffy said, a small one." And the guy says, "I've never met a grown man who recruits kids on his crew only." He said, I'm not too old myself. And they're not much younger than me." As Usopp would be the youngest member of the crew. And Luffy would say, "The orange-haired one and the one with the long nose are my apprentices. Those two are my right-hand men." And Luffy would then say, "So, some of you seem to have killing intent towards me. So, are we gonna fight, or can I drink and eat first?" Bartender would then say, "Alright, well, I guess you're already picking us out." As Igaram and Vivi are like, did he just challenge a whole country by himself? Vivi then says, "Alright, first things first. Fight me, the green-haired kid and the weird eyebrows one." As Luffy's not even going to care to give them their names. And, the guy says, "Alright then, the two kids can stay out of it." Luffy says, "Yeah, they're a little too young to fight." Nami then says, "I worked for a giant fishman for years. I can take this." Luffy flicks Nami in the head and says, No, you're not going to." As Luffy just ate and drank a little bit, so same with Zoro. Zoro then says, "Let's make this fun." And Zoro grabbed a giant bottle of sake and chugged it. Zoro is now drunk, ready to fight. Luffy he couldn't help burst out laughing, saying, "Oh God, Zoro, you're gonna kill me." But yeah. So Zoro gets his 3 swords out. Sanji gets ready to fight. Same with Luffy. Luffy then just instantly throws a punch at the bartender, sends the bartender flying out of the bar. And yeah, Usopp's kind of just sitting on a chair, just eating. Same with Nami. Well, actually, Nami's kind of just pickpocketing everyone Luffy and Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji knock out or kill. And they see Igaram and Vivi are not interested in fighting, as Igaram's kind of protecting Vivi. So yeah. Last guy on the island, so after about 10 minutes, the whole island's basically done except for like one guy that Luffy's holding by the shirt. We headbutts him and knocks him out. I would say, like, Big News Morgan was flying over to get some news as he was kind of bored. And he runs across the Straw Hat crew beating up an island full of people. And Morgan then instantly recognized everyone on the island was carrying weapons, so he instantly assumes, Straw Hats were attacked and they won by beating the whole island. So yeah. He sees, Zoro like with 2 swords in some guy's chest and one up to a guy's neck. So Sanji is kind of sitting on a pile of people. And Usopp is kind of just like knocking out anyone that's about to wake up again. Now he's pickpocketing everyone. Igaram and Vivi are kind of cowering in a corner at a whole island being beaten by 3 people. So yeah. And Morgan would say, "Ooh, I want to see what the Marines will do about this." As Morgan actually write it down and fly to another island. As soon as you take a picture, fly to the Marine HQ and show it. And Garp can't help but laugh. And Sengoku's like, "Garp, what's so funny?" As Garp says, "My grandson is a riot." As Sengoku's like, "Wait, your grandson?" And Garp would point out Ace and Sabo as well and say, "Grandsons, yes." Yeah, they didn't really want to be anything. They didn't want to be a Marine, they didn't want to be a pirate, they didn't want to be a revolutionary. And Sengoku says, "Let me explain this." Garp would then say, everyone on the crew probably just joined because they didn't say yes or no. Goku says, so they're all on crews of coincidence. And Garp would point out Sabo and say, "Maybe not him, but the other 2, yes." Sengoku kind of can't help but chuckle to himself, saying, "Oh God, this is gonna be hard to call them pirates or not." Garp then says, "I just call them pirates. I don't care." So yeah. Um, Luffy then walk up to Iroh and Vivi and say, "So what are you two doing here?" As they say, um, "Well, our kingdom is not in good shape right now, so we left." And Luffy then says, "How is it not in good shape? It's a kingdom." And Iroh will just reluctantly spill all information about Alabasta and Crocodile. He then says, "Crocodile, that seems familiar. He's a warlord, right?" And Iroh would then say, "Yeah, he's a warlord." And then says, "Alright then, well, take me to your kingdom and I'll beat him up for you." And everyone's like, "Wait, really? You're gonna challenge a warlord?" Do something real quick. Yeah, everyone was shocked that Luffy challenged a warlord, and yeah. And Luffy would actually think in his mind, "This invisible stuff I use, I'm gonna have to enhance it. Same with the sight." Then he thinks, maybe everyone on the crew can learn it. As Luffy would then, like, just say, we're gonna stay here for a few days. We're gonna train." As Luffy ties up everyone on Whiskey Peak, and then like he ties them all to a building after getting all their weapons away from them. So, Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Usopp, and Nami train for a few days, and Igaram ends up joining in. So yeah, and they stay there for about a week. Luffy will end up saying, "Alright." And Luffy just says, "Alright, we can leave now." And Usopp is actually got some more muscle mass. Nami is a little more athletic. I want to say by now, Kobe actually enlisted in the Marines, and it's pretty young. Because, I can't just leave out Kobe, even though he hasn't been relevant yet. Kobe is now a young Marine, being only 13. Yeah. So, Luffy, he has a little more muscle mass, same as Zoro. Zoro improved his facial style and developed moves, or called the 36-pound Phoenix and the 100-pound Phoenix. And, yeah. So, Zoro also learned invisible hockey, and a little bit of observation. Sanji learned an average amount of observation and a below average amount of invisible ornament. Usopp got invisible ornament and a little bit of observation. They're both below average. Same with Nami. Well, Luffy, he's average at all. He's not a prodigy, but he's not average. He's like I'm slightly better than most beginners at this. I'm slightly better than most people at this. So yeah. And Luffy can actually use a little bit of black hockey now. So he's like, "Alright then, I guess we can leave." And Igaram picked up a slight bit of observation. Both less than Usopp and Nami. So, yeah. So Usopp, he's a little bit stronger now. Nami is a little bit stronger as well. Yeah. Right. On the way out, they stop at Little Garden and they run into Dory and Broggy. And this time, I want to say Crocodile had like Mr. 3 and the little girl looking for Vivi. So yeah, I'm just gonna say it's just Mr. 3 and Mr. 2 right now. Just Mr. 2 and his crew, as Mr. 2 did have like a pirate crew, I believe. So yeah, Mr. 2's crew's on. So it's kind of funny to say. Mr. 2 and his crew are on Little Garden. And they're all watching Dory and Broggy fight. Mr. 2 will eventually just point out, "Hey, they have a little blue-haired girl, and the giant guy." They're on the station, pulls out a pistol and shoots around 3 of Mr. 2's guys using observation. Mr. 2 is like, "Does the bodyguard get a power up? Did our bodyguard get a power up?" He then says, "So those are the guys?" Ram says, "No, there's assistants." Luffy then says, "Alright, we don't have time for you." As Luffy just goes and uses Gatling to punch out a large majority of the guys. He then lands as Usopp just fires a fire star at some of the guys, and that knocks out like another good percent of them, with 4 guys being left. Zoro and Sanji look at each other, and Nami then joins in and says, "Alright, so there's 4 of them, 3 of us. I can take out one, then you guys can take out the other 3. So yeah, I mean, we'll just jump at a guy and hit him in the neck with like her staff, and it just knocks him out to the sheer force. Zoro using a 100-pound Phoenix, where Sanji can get there in time, actually kills 2 of the guys. So Sanji is like, damn it, as he just kicks another guy in the neck and breaks it. Sanji then says, that's not fair. Luffy just then says, Sanji, it wasn't a race. Just accept you have to fight. Mr. 2 is just like, oh god, this is not good. Luffy instantly runs at Mr. 2. Mr. 2 will try to switch to Nami's face. Luffy then says, Devil Fruit user, as he just decks Mr. 2. And he sends him flying. Mr. 2 is like rolling until Luffy just catches up to Mr. 2 and grabs him, saying, alright, well, what do you want with Vivi and Iram? And Mr. 2 just says, I don't want anything with them. It's just my boss asked for them. Then says, why? And Mr. 2 would say, because she's the princess of Alabasta. He then says, alright then, well, she's a princess, you're gonna help us get her to Alabasta then. And Mr. 2 just says, fine. As all Mr. 2's men are like, alright, this is not healthy for us. As there's 2 dead ones. No, there's about 4 I almost said there's 4 dead ones. There's 4 dead ones. Because it was up killing some people. So yeah. So Luffy will grab everyone that is alive, go on the ship, and yeah. This time they all have to sit on the docks. As Luffy didn't talk to Dory and Brocky for a bit, not anything interesting. So they kind of skip over that. Luffy, Dory, and Brocky. Not Luffy, Dory, and Brocky. Luffy and his crew end up going to Alabasta now. And Ace is actually there with his whole crew. This time it wasn't to meet Luffy there or anything. Ace is kind of just there chilling. So yeah. Once Luffy gets there, he feels like a familiar presence. So does Ace, but they're not going to question it. So yeah. And it's like Luffy, Ace, and Sabo are kind of just there chilling. And Luffy and Ace are just there chilling until they run into each other. Smoker and Tashigi were actually promoted due to actually challenging Luffy. So Zoro is actually a captain. Not Zoro. Smoker is now a captain. Tashigi is a ensign still. Actually, no, I'm gonna say Tashigi's a lieutenant. So yeah. I just saw like a weird Tekken 101 video that was like he's memeing Smoker and Tashigi, like how they met. It was like Tekken playing Smoker and it was like, God damn it, girl, I'm gonna make a man out of you. So that was kind of funny to me. I should have to think about that. I have a feeling it was like Smoker actually telling Tashigi he's gonna make a man out of her. Yeah, so Luffy ends up running into Smoker and Tashigi. And when Zoro sees Tashigi, he actually just pulls out one sword and says, "Is round 2?" And she says, "Yeah, it won't be a one-hit knockout like last time." Zoro then says, "Let's see about that." As he instantly uses intense speed to get to Tashigi and hits her in the gut with the sheath of his sword. And she just is just gasping for air, like Zoro just knocked the wind out of her. And then, what was it? Yeah, Smoker is going to challenge Luffy. And Luffy instantly using Black Hockey just decks Smoker in the face. And Smoker just passes out instantly as everyone's like, did he just one-shot a captain? So Luffy's going to just laugh to himself and say, that's a little too easy. So yeah. Luffy jumps off the building that him and Zoro were on. Sanji's like, Zoro, how could she hit a woman like that? And Sanji's kind of just yelling at Zoro until Luffy says, alright, this is getting out of hand. So Luffy just chops Sanji in the back of the neck and knocks him out. Luffy pick up Sanji. It's like Zoro just kind of chuckled to himself and putting on his gi again. Luffy then talks at the clothing store as he sees Zoro's clothes from Cannon. Just he doesn't know those are Zoro's. Luffy just then buys them and says, Zoro, put these on. They seem a little more fitting for a pirate. Zoro kind of chuckles, saying, alright then. And the Straw Hat crew, you know, the clothes they had in Alabasta, they actually put those on, but they do get the same clothes they had in canon, except for Luffy and Sanji. You know, Luffy and Usopp are the ones they don't get the same clothes as in canon. Usopp wanders around Alabasta shirtless. Well, Usopp and Luffy wander around Alabasta just shirtless. I don't really care what they wear. Like, you know how like in anime or sometimes in real life you'll see those people that don't care if they're naked in public or something? That's like Luffy, right? He doesn't care if what he wears. Luffy's at the point where he really needs to just strip naked and walk around Alabasta. So yeah, at one point Luffy walks into a bar, and then Luffy just says, "Oh, Ace," as he sees the signature hat that Ace wears. Ace just turns around and says, "Oh, Luffy, you're here." As Luffy and Ace just like high five after not seeing each other for a few months. No, not a few months, for about a few weeks. And yeah, it's been like 3 weeks since Luffy left for Alabasta. Well, left to be a pirate. Well, not be a pirate, just be someone. And he would see Teach, he would see Master Deuce, he would see Ace's whole crew. And he says, who are these guys? And he says, some people that joined my crew. Well, I was trying to start a crew. It was just they were with me. He says, no. Well, this is my crew as well. The kid with long nose, I did let him join me. The guy with the green hair, I let him sleep on my ship, and then I let him stay. He's my cook. As he points to Sanji, he says, and that little girl tells me where to go. I said, like, dude, can you introduce us with names at one point? Luffy says, alright, what's up, Zoro, Sanji, Nami? So, yeah. Ace just says, as blunt as always. As, like, Ace's crew will just walk up to Luffy and introduce themselves. And, I'm gonna say in Alabasta, they end up finding the Yami no Mi, but not right now. So, Luffy and Ace are kind of just walking around Alabasta as they're just talking until they see some fake revolutionaries because they have Brokeworks tattoos. And Luffy and Ace is well aware of who Brokeworks is as he's fought some of them. And, yeah. Also see some of them pretending to be guards. So, yeah. At one point, Ace gets next to a guy, and Ace will talk to a guard without a Brokeworks tattoo. And, he says, hey, do you know who that guy is? As he points to another guard with a Brokeworks tattoo. And the guy will say, no. He then says, well, Zoro, not Zoro, or Luffy. Ace will then say, oh, he works for Crocodile. This guy's like, wait, what? Ace will say, yeah, that tattoo is what Crocodile's company is, Brokeworks. As the guy said, as the guard will say, damn it, I can't believe that traitor. As Ace will also point out like 4 more people in the crowd that had the Brokeworks tattoo. And the guy says, so many people. As Ace will then say, you want me to take care of them? As the guy will say, yeah, go ahead. As Ace gets to the guy with the Brokeworks tattoo and he punches a hole through him. With using Fire Fist, obviously. Luffy then says, "Oh, I see what you're doing." As Luffy just throw a, I'd say he just throws a punch, just with a gun pistol. So gun pistol is around 4 people as well, and yeah, that's about it. So yeah, Luffy and Ace, and, like the Spade Pirates and the Straw Hat Pirates, are walking around Alabasta, and yeah. At one point, they end up going to like the regular places they do in canon, and they get to what was it? If you guys are pointing out that I skipped Drum Island, yes, I did. I'll get to it later. Luffy gets to the castle after about going to every place. Next time, Luffy just yelling from like the staircase. He yells, "Crocodile, I'm challenging you to a fight." Crocodile is like, huh? Someone challenging me. He's out the window to see Luffy. He's like, oh, I believe I've heard about you. Straw Hat Luffy. As he holds up a bounty poster with a 88 million berry bounty, and that was because Morgan, the Marine, Luffy beat up a whole island along with his crew. It's Straw Hat Luffy, bounty of 88 million, same as me. Then we have Roro Noa Zoro, bounty of 50 million. Blackleg Sanji, bounty of 40 million. And Navigator Nami. As I'm gonna say, like Morgans had heard some of what they said. Like Luffy had asked Nami for directions for where they should go next, or where Alabasta is. So, yeah, they know that Nami's their navigator. So now Navigator Nami, sure bounty is 10 million. And Usopp has done too much. They saw him knocking out a few guys, so that gives him a bounty of 80,000. So, yeah, he's not doing too much yet. Then he says, it's just the Spade Pirates are there. What are they doing here? Luffy then says, the captain is my brother. Why shouldn't my brother be here with me? As like, instantly Whitebeard just knows, not Whitebeard, Crocodile instantly knows he's kind of just fucked. He knows that. So, Crocodile then says, alright, millions, billions, and all my other, not my other high-ranking members, go. As Mr. 1 through 9, besides Mr. 2 are there, and Mr. 2 has been scouting Alabasta as he guided them there as well. And Mr. 2 instantly just jumps in front of Mr. 1 and kicks him in the head. Bro then says, alright, swordsman on swordsman, let's go. Just slices off one of Mr. 1's arms to Mr. 1's horror. So, everyone is just like everyone that they fought in are fighting now. And Usopp does not have Kabuto, and he cannot make climb attack, as Nami has to fight Miss Doublefinger with the staff. And that's going surprisingly well, as Nami's winning, due to her little bit of observation and an invisible ornament. Yeah. And Spade Pirates are actually just going around beating up every member of the, of the Baroque Works. So yeah. Like, this time, Usopp is fighting Miss Merry Christmas and Mr. 7 by himself. So yeah, when it comes to like Mr. 7, Usopp instantly can just jump in the air and fire a fire star at Mr. 7's face and hit him square in the head. As he can use observation to the point where he can just see through all of the dodging techniques. And he can just dodge Miss Merry Christmas easily, as once she'll jump at him, Usopp dodges and kicks her in the nose, breaking it. He kicks her in the snout, I believe that'd be the snout, so. Yeah. So Usopp wins that fight pretty easily, as Mr. 7 is just panicking that he's on fire, and Miss Merry Christmas got knocked out. Nami ended up knocking out Doublefinger after about 3 hits. And Mr. 2's been assisting with the other guys. So this Spade Pirates. This one Blackbeard will stand out, jump at someone with his like claw thing, and slash off one of their arms. And that was, I'm gonna say, Mr. 4. No, Mr. 5 is a bomb. Is a bomb guy. So Blackbeard will jump at Mr. 5 and slice off his head. Ace will see Miss Valentine today, or Miss Valentine, I forgot her name, but yeah. It's Valentine something. So Ace will jump at her and just use Fire Fist straight through her back. Sanji does not have to fight anyone major, as he can just go around kicking apart the billions and millions. And this is like a whole all-out war in Alabasta now with the Spade Pirates and the Straw Hats. Like they're going against millions, well, let's say a few thousand people. And all Luffy has to do is just dodge and kick people. Like he's not even taking his hands out of his pocket. At one point, Luffy just ends up taking one arm out of his pocket, puts someone in a headlock and breaks their neck. So yeah. So then Luffy just says, hey, should I drop the castle? Because Egon and BB are like, is King Cobra in there? Luffy will use observation, find out if King Cobra is not in there, he's actually hidden somewhere in the mountains by Crocodile. The Crocodile hit him in the mountains. And Robin is watching this as Crocodile's men are being decimated and Crocodile's panicking. And she hears Luffy say, "Shard, bring down the castle." She's like, I gotta get out of here fast. As she instantly just runs out. Crocodile's like, "What are you doing?" She says, they're gonna tear down the castle. Crocodile can't even get out as fast as Robin can. And she jumps out a window. And then he feels something just hit the castle hard. And that would be Luffy for the first time using a Gear 3rd technique. And that would be him enlarging his leg and kicking down of the top half of the castle, Crocodile being in the top half. And Luffy would have his leg deflate, as his leg is now very small. Again. Oh, so Alright, Luffy took down Crocodile. Well, officially, just took down top half of the castle. Crocodile would land, turning into sand. And King Cobra's watched his castle go down and Crocodile panicking, so he's actually cheering on Luffy even though his castle was destroyed. And Robin actually sees this and starts cheering on Luffy. Luffy then smiles, saying, I kind of like that. Robin was 28 when the story started, so Robin's around 25 right now. Luffy will coat his arms invisible. And actually, black hockey is versus that Crocodile and starts beating Crocodile to a pulp. Crocodile can even slash at Luffy. He goes for a slash, Luffy dodges. When Crocodile tries to blend in with the sand, Luffy can use observation and punch where the sand is, where Crocodile's sand is, and just hit Crocodile. Crocodile can't win this. He's the only one being hit the whole fight. By the time Crocodile was actually on the verge of giving up, Crocodile has a broken jaw, broken nose. One of his eyes is just bright red. And Crocodile has a few broken ribs. At one point, he just jumps and knees Crocodile in the head. Crocodile doesn't have enough energy to turn into sand. So, yeah. Luffy wins. As Robin instantly runs and says, Alright, well, can I please join your crew? You. That man, I was only using him to get to my goals. Yeah, I got a feeling you guys can actually help me with my goals. There's Luffy's like, I don't give a damn. Just how old are you? She says, I am 25. He says, oh, older than me. Go ahead. So, Luffy then says, so, what is your goal? Robin says, poneglyphs. Says, I don't know what those are, but, if you're here, I assume there's a poneglyph in Alabasta somewhere? Robin would then say, yeah, there is. He says, alright, just lead me to it. So, Robin will lead Luffy to where the poneglyph is. First they free King Cobra, so lead him to it. Robin will read it. Luffy says, I can read a little bit of this. As Robin is impressed, so is everyone else there. And yeah, Luffy reads some of the poneglyph. So after that, Robin will then just say the poneglyph isn't really too useful, as it just tells about the Void Century, not about the Great Weapons. So, yeah. What would be the next arc? I forgot. Find all the arcs real quick. Okay, well, the next arc would be Sky Island, but we didn't do Drum Island, so we're going to do it now. Swiss Rats are in the middle of leaving They're in the middle of leaving Alabasta, when Mr. 2 actually approached them and asked if he can join their crew or be part of his grand fleet. We will actually agree on the condition Mr. 2 wears normal clothes, not a giant swan outfit. Mr. 2 would agree to wear normal pants, just not change his shirt. If he would agree to that one. So yeah. We would actually make Mr. 2 and Nami switch rooms, as Luffy is not sharing rooms with Mr. 2. Luffy didn't really ask for Mr. 2's real name, he's just going to call him Mr. 2. So yeah. So Usopp and Mr. 2 are going to have to share a room. Until one night, Usopp actually aching as he actually starts rubbing his cheek. And if he probably guesses, due to improper medical treatment, is probably infected when he got slashed by that Marine. And with all the sand and stuff that was blowing around Alabasta, it's not a low chance, it's not a low guess, so they're going to head to somewhere with the doctor. That's when they head to Drum Island. As Nami points out, that's one of the closer islands. So, they to Drum Island. They are met with guns and everything, but Luffy, being as fast as he is, will take them all from the Marines. Not Marines. He's going to take them all from the villagers and who was it? Dalton. One more thing. I cannot find a proper date to when Chopper's dad / Hero Luke died, so we're going to say Chopper's dad died like a year ago. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure Chopper's dad, or I'm pretty sure Hero Luke died not too long after Chopper ate the devil fruit. So, pretty sure Hero Luke died like a few years ago. So, Hero Luke is dead, but Dalton is now a normal villager / chief. And, yeah. So on the way to Alabasta, well, on the way to Drum Island, they're going to Luffy takes them all away and explains, one of our guys is infected. He's very young. He needs a doctor. Dalton will say, "How young is he?" Luffy says he's not even 15 yet. Dalton takes that as a chance to just actually get the kid and give him to Dr. Ring. And he knows where Dr. Ring is, but she's not in the castle. And right now, Walpole's actually trying to beg Dr. Ring to become his personal doctor and abandon the reindeer. She will not do so, and Walpole's getting rather angry until Dalton bursts in saying, "Hey, Dr. Ring, there's a sick kid." Dr. Ring will inspect the cut on his cheek and just say it's infected and start treating it. And she has Chopper treat it. And then Luffy walks in behind Dalton. And Walpole, Luffy instantly pushes Walpole out of the way. And Walpole's guard tried to jump at Luffy until Station slices off one of the guys' arms. And Luffy kind of chuckles, saying, I thought you followed me." Until, Usopp has a firebird start in his pocket and throws it at the other guy's head and lights it on fire. On fire. He lights it on fire. Yeah, if you guys are wondering why Usopp lighting so many people's heads on fire, his observation goes for headshots only. Usopp only wants headshots, as it's a one-shot, one-kill technique, mostly. So, yeah. Luffy would kind of chuckle to himself still. He's kind of proud of Zoro and Usopp. And Dr. Ring would explain, it's not a major infection. He can be out of here by tomorrow. And they don't have Vivi, so they don't have Vivi with them. So they're not really in any rush. They're okay with this. So Luffy actually orders Zoro to go get the rest of the crew and have them start training, or have Mr. 2 train them. And Mr. 2 is probably going to be the most responsible. They're okay with this, and yeah. One thing. Where's my computer? So, Mr. 2 is taking care of the crew as he's just training them, and he's actually he realizes they're all trained in hockey at least, so he actually asked them to teach him that, then he'll train them normally. So Mr. 2 is actually taught a little bit of invisible hockey, and he trains normal. He gets a little bit more normal when it comes to training them. And Luffy actually talks to Chopper for a little bit, as Chopper is just talking to Luffy. And Luffy actually convinces Chopper to become the crew's doctor, so Usopp's wound doesn't get infected again. And, well, he wouldn't say crew's doctor, he says he can be the doctor on my ship, so no one gets infected again, as none of us are actually specialized in medicine. And Dr. Ring says, how much danger would Chopper be in? He's only 12 in human years. Luffy then says, I'm too much. I'm very protective of the kids on my crew. And she points out Usopp. Luffy says, that was on him. As Luffy obviously lies. And Usopp knows he's not wrong, but he's not right. So Usopp's going to say, correct, but incorrect, I guess. Dr. Ring will kind of take that and say, fine, Chopper, if you want to go with him, you can. As Chopper's like, oh yeah, I'm going. So yeah, and Luffy actually see the Jolly Roger that Chopper has. He then says, let's go make additions to my ship. Probably expand it. Chopper's gonna be like, alright, I'll help you with that. And yeah. After the day is up, the ship officially has enough rooms for everyone. Actually, I'm gonna say that Usopp, I'm saying, so we have Usopp, Nami, Zoro, Sanji, Chopper, Mr. 2, and Luffy. That's 7 people. So, yeah, Mr. 2's men did not join the crew. Luffy did not allow them to join. So, 7 people. They had 3 rooms at first, so, because they have Zoro, Sanji, Luffy, and Nami. Zoro, Usopp, and Luffy. Those the first 3 members. They had enough rooms for them. So, they had to add 4 extra rooms. Luffy would actually just add 1 more room, and that would be a giant bedroom. And that would be where there, Usopp, Mr. 2, and Sanji slept. Nami and Nami and Luffy, and Zoro. They get their own rooms. Zoro because he's found Zoro sleeps in the giant room. Usopp gets his own room. That was because Usopp, as they found, was the first member of Luffy's group. Nami is a girl; she needs her privacy. Luffy can sleep in the same room as Chopper. Like Chopper can sleep on. Nami wants to have Chopper sleep in her room as she thinks he's a cute pet. Yeah. So Chopper is healed. Luffy actually catches Walpole and burn down the ship the next morning. Luffy at station throws a jet pistol and hits Walpole square in the cheek and breaks it. Like he breaks kind of Walpole's jaw off. And yeah. He doesn't break the jaw off. I guess he'd just be broken. But yeah. So when everyone is kind of just settled in, well, not settled in, when the rooms are set up and Walpole's guards are kind of beaten. But also, Mr. 7 would be not Mr. 7. Mr. 2 would be what was it? 27 right now. Oh yeah, Robin. I forgot she's on the crew. I forgot Luffy let Robin on the crew. Robin is 25, but Luffy, I'm sorry, you could say a bigger bed for Nami's room, and Nami and Robin sleep in the same room. They have no problems with this, so yeah. Everyone's so yeah. So 3 people are in one room, which would be Robin, Chopper, and Nami. Chopper doesn't care about actual human women, so yeah. We go to when they're leaving, and that wouldn't be too much. That wouldn't be too much longer, but they get to Jaya. And they still on the map. They didn't run into the monkeys, but yeah. And they don't see the giant shadow. How long was Enel the god of Skypia, though? I Google that. How long was... Alright, Enel was the god of Skypia for 6 years. So they get to Jaya after finding the map, and they're kind of just chilling there. I need to check how long Bellamy was a pirate for. Pirate. Oh, Bellamy would not be there. Actually, no. Wait, Bellamy in One Piece. Okay, so crew we get there, and I might just make them a pirate crew. Ooh, due to like Bellamy's at least small bit of need for being there. Actually, I don't think they need to be there. I don't really care. They're not going to be there. Let me say there's like a young Bellamy that's kind of just like a thug. So when Luffy gets to the dock, Bellamy actually tries to hassle Luffy. So, I'm gonna say that they like Ace ran into like the original members of Whitebeard's crew, except Ace put them in their place. Blackbeard's crew, Luffy, Ace put them in their place, so now they're like kind of just Ace's subordinates instead of Blackbeard's. And Ace kind of like the way Whitebeard did things, and Whitebeard gave him the idea of the 10 Titanic captains. So Luffy has that, not Luffy, Ace has the 10 Titanic captains. And that was just because I don't want to involve Ace's men. Not Sabo, Jesus Christ. I don't want to involve Blackbeard's men in Jaya, just because that'd be kind of hard. So Ace has 10 Titanic captains, with Blackbeard being the first. Uh, yeah. When Luffy's crew gets to the dock, Bellamy instantly tries to hassle them, and Luffy, in no hesitation, pushes Bellamy into the water, as Bellamy does not have his devil fruit, I'm gonna say. Luffy gets to the shore, and yeah, he starts walking around, goes into the bar, starts eating, and he starts asking about this map as he puts down the one to Skypiea. And say, oh, that map was kind of just like might be fake, no one knows, but the guy that made it, his great grandson lives here. As he points like to the other side of the island and say, his name's Cricket, go find him. And Luffy would do so after paying his bill. Sorry, I need to go to the bathroom real quick. Alright, Luffy and his crew would finish drinking and eating. They go to Cricket's place. They see the monkeys kind of just going out and building up some stuff. Luffy would talk to them after a little bit, and yeah, he would explain that, he found the map to Skypiea and he wants to go there. Cricket would just explain the tale of Nolan, as Sanji would then just, say, oh, I've heard that story. And they'd be like, how? It's only in North Blue. Unless you're from there and brought a book, you shouldn't hear it. Sanji says, oh yeah, I'm from the North Blue. And everyone's like, how? Sanji says, just don't dig too much, don't dig too deep into that. They're gonna take his advice and just stay, and they're just gonna be like, all right, fine. Cricket would still get them the tips on what to do if they help him get treasure. Sanji just then says, I'll do it. As he jumps into the water, starts swimming around, grabbing gold and everything. And comes back up with like a huge sack of gold on his back. And Luffy would not let Zoro go down, as he doesn't trust Zoro, still having a bad sense of direction. And he doesn't think Nami can carry all the weight. And he lets Usopp go down as well. So yeah. With how much gold they got, Usopp and Sanji together, they got well over few 100 million berries worth of gold. They have around 800 million berries worth of gold, so around 800 million yen. Let me Google money converter. So Struts, they end up going to they got enough money. They can now go. Well, they got enough gold for what was it? Got enough gold for Cricket. And he ends up telling them, get this bird, go to this water event, and you guys can go to Skypiea. Looks like they'll take this advice, as they end up flying as they'll take the bird, because of Chopper's help and Luffy's speed. Luffy and Chopper are the only ones that need to go into the woods. Luffy has such intense speed to catch the bird. And 80,000, 80,000, 100,000, 8 million. 80 million, 800 million. How much money would that be? Yeah, they have around $7 million on their ship right now. So for you American people, around $7.5 million on their ship. And if you need euro, I'll get that up for you right now. Not on the screen, but I'll tell you how much euro they have. And 800 million euro, and you find that. So yeah, and they have around 64 million euro, I believe, or 6.4 million euro. I don't know. It's just like 64. I'm gonna just say 64 million for safety. So they have So they have the $7 million on the ship, and yeah. They get the bird, they set sail. So when they get to the water spout, they get shot into the sky. They land, and they can actually pay the fine. I'm gonna say. Actually, no, they can't pay the fine. Actually, And now, no, the thing about it was $75 million dollars. They have enough. They have enough money to pay the fine. So they paid the fine to get in, and they get to Cornish's place. They talk. They find out Enel's the god, how he's selfish and everything. And yeah, everything goes according to canon. We're soon cut to when they get to like the garden. This time, Wiper is not trying to assassinate anyone as he is not strong enough. Shinram says he's trying to spying until he sees Luffy pull up and he's asking what Luffy's doing there. He then says, one of our friends doesn't really like Enel, so we're gonna kill him. That's when Enel kind of just like heard this through everything. He tries to shoot a lightning bolt at Luffy. And this time, Robin actually told Luffy to watch out. She kind of saw it. Luffy, no hesitation, just inflates his hand and just blocks it, or just kind of emits his whole body using Gear Third and his one giant arm. Once Enel figures out Luffy's made of rubber, it can't hurt him. Enel is freaking out that he's probably going to be killed here, as Luffy's giving off killing intent. Then he senses some stuff coming from Luffy, as he can already tell that's Haki. I forgot they call it, but they don't call it Haki. But yeah. So yeah, the Strats, they end up going into the Firth and everything. All of Enel's guys end up being beaten. It's just, like, once it comes to, like, Enel versus Sanji, that goes a little bit different, as Enel's actually being a little bit, like, hit by Sanji a bit. Like, Sanji has, like, he'll try to take Nami. Nami hits him in the face with a Haki-infused staff, and Sanji will just get him a Haki-infused kick. Enel electrocutes both of them until he gets one of his legs, and I'm gonna say Zoro chops off one of Enel's arms using Haki. Enel will use lightning on him. Usopp uses a fire star, hits Enel with it. Enel's not too phased by that, but he finds it annoying, and lightning strikes Usopp. Chopper and Robin don't have Haki, so they're not really too annoying. Until it comes to Luffy, he can't shock Luffy. So Luffy's just tanking all the electricity, and Luffy's not panicking as he jumps and clotheslines Enel using Haki. So like Luffy can already hit Enel because Enel can't really. Is the only thing Enel can be hurt by is Haki and rubber right now. But Luffy clotheslined Enel using Haki and just rubber, so Enel's an extra pain. Luffy picks up Enel and actually holds him over the clouds. As Luffy just says, by using the force, I can just throw you into the blue sea. And Enel's like, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. And every one of, like I'm gonna say Luffy brings Enel to, like, the Skypians when his crew's feeling better. And Luffy just holds Enel over the clouds, and he says, and that force will throw you into the blue sea. And Gon Falls is actually, like, he's on his way to try to fight Enel again, until he sees Luffy holding Enel by the foot. And Gon Falls says, what do you plan to do to him? Luffy says, if the villagers approve it, I'm going to throw him into the blue sea. And Gon Falls says, as the old god of this area, I request you throw him into the ocean. Luffy says, fair enough. Luffy uses enough force and throws Enel into the water. And Enel would drown. So yeah, Enel's dead. The next arc. As Luffy beat up Bellamy, there's no epic fight. Oh yeah, they find the temple. No, not the temple. They find the what was it? Yeah, the bell. They find the giant bell. And as they find the bell, they ring it. They get more gold. And I don't know why I'm giving them so much money, but money. So can't really hit on me for that one. Once the Strats had $6 million on their ship. So yeah, Strats, they find more gold, and I'm gonna say they find around at least. I don't know what to do. Yeah, they find around 10 billion berries worth of gold, I'm gonna say. You know, just there's 100 million berries worth of gold, so around $900,000 they find, so 100 million berries worth of gold. And we go and screw back down to Blue Sea and everything, without as much consequence as what happened last time. And they confirmed Cricket, you know, everything that happened was kind of went according to plan. Cricket's unhappy, as they actually tell him about the bell. And Luffy did ring it just um, for 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 Cricket's sake. So happy. I think we're pretty sure the next arc is Water 7. I do not know. Pause this real quick. Okay, so Water 7 arc is next, and yeah. So the Strats are on their way to Water 7 with no new members this time, just the basics. So they still have like Robin, Mr. 2, Zoro, Sanji, Chopper, Nami. Yeah, they have 7 members. Robin, Zoro, Sanji, Usopp, Nami, Chopper, Mr. 7, and Luffy. They have 8. I believe Shanks has like 20 people on his crew. Yeah, because he has a pretty big ship, but not that many people. Yeah. Strats are on the way to Water 7. They get to Water 7. And this time they know their ship is breaking. It's just also, they don't have the Mary, since they didn't need to fight Captain Kuro, since Captain Kuro is dead. But they know their ship is old. So does Luffy, as the ship was given to him by the old man that could do barely any of the work on the ship normally. So at Water 7, Luffy said, "All right, well, while we're here, we need to get a new ship." As he explains what's wrong with theirs. They also cash in the berries to get their So they had. Let me get all the money that I calculated they had. Let me activate calculator. My computer sucks. Okay. Let's just go to big number calculator. I always use big number calculator because it's easy for me. X. I'm just gonna pause this so you don't have to listen to me mumble. Okay, my computer had a glitch between a period and a comma, so basically when I copy and pasted something, the site showed a period when it was supposed to be, when it showed a comma when it was supposed to be a period or a dot. It's supposed to be a decimal point basically. Strats have around $70 million on their ship. 70 million. So yeah, $70 million. And yeah, at Water 7 they found out they have new bounties. Beating Crocodile, Luffy now has a bounty of 120 million berries. Also, Luffy, I don't know if he counts as a supernova. Pretty sure besides Whitebeard, Beijing would be the most experienced pirate. When did Beijing become a pirate? I need to Google that. I'm pretty sure the supernovas all joined around like the same year. So Luffy, I'm gonna say they count Luffy as like the first supernova. Well, you know, what was it? I'm pretty sure that they all joined during the same, like they started pirating during the same year, just at different times. Because they had, I'm pretty sure like Cavendish said like 2 years ago he was a supernova. So yeah, Luffy's. So one thing, Marineford will be in this one. It's just a lot earlier. I had a very good idea. Very, very good one. How about I have Luffy have gather all the old supernovas and their crews, or like their main men, onto his ship. Like we have Law, we have Beppo, we have the two penguin guys. Then we have Law. Then we have Law, Beppo, the two penguin guys. We have Kid, Killer, the guy, and the guy that spits fire. Kid doesn't have a big crew, so Kid's whole crew can go on Luffy's ship. So Kid's whole crew, Law, Beppo, penguin guy, Beijing, and the guy with two pistols, Bonnie, and yeah, basically every supernova is gonna be on Luffy's crew except for Blackbeard. So yeah, Luffy's probably gonna have the most powerful pirate crew to ever exist. And Luffy's goal is king of the world, not king of the pirates. So he's taking like a Roxy Zebek route. So by the end of the story, let me know in the comments, by the end of the story or by the end of the series, should Luffy be evil or just be very unstoppable? Like still be like a slight good guy, but be unstoppable, or be a bad guy and be unstoppable? Like we have like the evil swordsman Zoro and everything, evil sniper king Usopp. Yeah, but Luffy has a 120 million bounty now. Usopp has a bounty of 60 million. Zoro at 90 million. Nami 80. Sanji 80. I mean, Zoro's at 90. Sanji's at 80. Nami's at 60 million. Nami is at 45 million. Usopp got a bounty increase due to just being more experienced and helping fight the war. Chopper is not known yet, so he is not given a bounty. Robin sells the same bounty that she did in canon. And yeah, Mr. 2, I forgot his bounty. Mr. Dot 2. Oh, Bentham had a 32 million berry bounty, but Bentham is still part of Crocodile. Wasn't part of Crocodile's crew anymore. He joined Luffy. Let me say his bounty increased by 8 million, so he now has a 40 million berry bounty. 40 million berries. Now, when we go to the what was it? We go to Water 7. Luffy tells them, we need to cash in all this gold and get our money. They cash in the gold. They get their 70 million berries. Well, not 70 million berries, but let me get this real quick. Because one berry is 1 yen, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to take my what if seriously now. I just realized that. Dollars. Yeah, they have around 707. They have like 779 million berries, basically. Yeah. Yeah, my money converter might not be right. I don't even know. Now, once the Strats get their money, the Frankie family will try to rob Usopp. It does not work as Usopp beats them up. Like Usopp is not a 14-year-old to mess with. Like, that is a warning to everyone in One Piece world. Usopp is not a 14-year-old to mess with unless you're like probably be at least near Moria's level, then you can mess with Usopp, because then you'd probably win. So like be Moria and above, then you could beat up Usopp. And I don't think Moria is too strong compared to Luffy right now. Like Luffy's a warlord level fighter currently. No, yeah, probably everyone in like part 1 of One Piece, besides like anyone at Marineford, can beat Usopp. Like, so anyone in part 1 except for the people at Marineford can will lose to Usopp. So unless you fight Marineford, Usopp is beating you. Or you're anyone in part 2, or like the second half of One Piece. So, try to get to Water 7. They end up, telling the shipwrights, take whatever part of the ship is valuable off and give it to us. We'll turn it in. We need a new ship. So the Mary is taken apart, and they have all their stuff moved to a hotel. This time, Usopp is not robbed, and he will tell Luffy instead, some guys tried to rob me. Usopp will point them out when they're trying to run away, and Luffy just follows them to the Frankie family hideout. And he tells Robin to come with him, as him and Robin are more or less like he tells Bantham, I believe his name, I believe he called Mr. Juice. Yeah, he tells Bentham and Robin to come with him, as those two are kind of the adults on the crew. He tells Zoro and Sanji to watch over Nami, Chopper, and Usopp. So, once they get there, Luffy kicks the door down, saying, "I think it's funny to rob a kid." As the guy's like, "Oh no, he must be like the guardian of that guy." He says, "No, I'm his captain." As Luffy straight up just uses jet pistol into the guy's chest and sends him flying. And Luffy just says, "Bentham, Robin, go crazy. Just don't kill anyone." As Frankie just heard Luffy say that, as he's like, "Oh no," as his men are being beaten left and right. Like, Robin's using clutch and breaking some of their bones, and Bentham is using Kenpo and beating them. Yeah. Basically, Frankie's family loses until it comes to Frankie. Like, the two girls Frankie's always with, Robin, kind of put them in a headlock. And then Bentham can actually beat up Frankie right now. How old is Frankie in canon? Frankie. So Frankie has 94 million great bounty. I need to find Frankie, One Piece Wiki. But he's 34 when he first appears. And Frankie grew like 6 inches when he came back to the ship, because he was like 7'4", then he's almost like 8 feet tall now. So Frankie right now was 31. So yeah, Bentham can actually beat Frankie now. Frankie does not have all the canon upgrades. And after Frankie realizes he's being beaten by a guy that uses Kenpo from an island full of people that think they're women, Frankie kind of hates that idea. And that's on the defensive. I'm very sorry. It's just Frankie would not approve of that. As like I'm pretty sure there's like someone in One Piece, like some character in One Piece actually just straight up called the island full of queers. So Frankie might have been one of the people I saw say that, but I don't know. Well, I kind of just read it, but yeah. And after Frankie's beaten, he'll actually apologize on behalf of his guys. And Luffy would actually kind of feel like, you can tell Frankie kind of built his body, just like how well Frankie uses it. And ask Frankie, did you build your body? Frankie says, yeah. And Luffy will look outside, see the ships. They're both called Battle Frankies. Like, he'll see Battle Frankie ships. Like, they're destroyed, but they say Battle Frankie. And Luffy says, yeah, I guess you built those ships too. And he says, yeah. Luffy says, alright, well, we have around 70 million berries on our with us right now. We'll give you 30 if you can build us a ship. Frankie's like, wait, really? He says, yeah, just give it around, give it 7 rooms. So Bentham, Robin, Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Nami, Usopp. Chopper sleeps with the girls, I guess. So he said give it 7 rooms. And Frankie actually going to agree as he actually takes some stuff from the shipyard and starts building it. And CP9 will notice Luffy is actually not someone to play with, on like due to reports of him having hockey. So they actually have to think they have to kill Iceberg a lot earlier. So they'll actually carry out the attack. And this time Strats are still blamed, but this time they have a vouch. They have the Frankie family. As Frankie will then say, "No, I was up all night here with them building their ship." As the hotel manager would say, "Oh yeah, they were at the dark. They're not the dark. They're at the dock all night. They left and went there. They never came back for their stuff." So the hotel manager and the Frankie family are good vouchers for them. So yeah, so Strats are in trouble as the shipwrights actually start helping until it comes to Kaku, Lucci. Bluno wasn't really a major helper yet. The main people that worked at the shipyard don't help, and neither does Khalifa. Yeah, Luffy actually starts investigating the murder, finds out, CP9's behind it. And we're going to cut to them, this time Robin does feel safe with Luffy, so she's not going to just voluntarily give herself up. But I'm going to say they try to take Robin still, they fail, they end up only taking Frankie. And Luffy is like, hey, that's my shipwright, he's working on my ship, he's my shipwright, get him. And they start chasing the sea train that they took. Luffy's like, oh, damn it, we need some help with this. And, they get the original, just smaller sea train. And this time, Luffy does tell Usopp and Nami, you can come along for this fight. We need him. So, Usopp and Nami are coming on the fight. So they get there, and this time, when it comes to fighting all the Marines, it goes by a lot easier. Usopp is not so king as it was not the Mary that, you needed to fight for. More or less, I'm pretty sure that if Luffy requested a Mary from, from Kaya, she'd say no, as she's kind of upset that Luffy took Usopp. But, yeah. So, Luffy and his crew, they get there, they start beating up the Marines left and right. And at one point, when Marine has jumped at Luffy with a sword, for notification, he willingly does this as the sword starts to go through Usopp's head. Luffy just sticks his hand through the sword and grabs he'll twist his hand to the point where the blade is pointing forward. He just jabs it through the guy's chest. As Usopp can't help but think Luffy's badass and cry thank you. Yeah, Luffy just takes the sword out of his hand, winces a little bit, and I was like, alright, I can still use it for the rest of the fight. As Luffy rushes at the guys and starts beating them left and right still. When it comes to the Giants, Usopp will still tell them about Dory and Broggy and tell them to go home. They will do so as they also help, the Strides fight. And we cut to them at the CP9 hideout, I guess. Not really hideout, their base. They're at their base. And Luffy says, Frankie, you okay? Frankie just says, yeah, I'm fine. As Luffy just says, so they wanted the blueprints to Pluton. And Frankie will say, yeah, they did. Luffy then says, Frankie, do you actually have them? Frankie will say, I do. And Luffy's going to scan Frankie's body using observation, find it in Frankie's chest. Luffy notation goes gear second, and he's right in front of Frankie, and he instantly just opens Frankie's chest and takes the blueprints and Frankie, and just jumps back down. As Luffy just says, alright, well, the blueprints are now in my possession. They are not happy. Supergiant's not happy with this, as Lucci just says, damn it, you brat. As Lucci will transform and jump at Luffy. He underestimated Luffy's speed, as Luffy will instantly go out of gear second and still match Lucci's speed. As Luffy just goes gum pistol and just hits Luffy in the Lucci in the gut. Lucci sent flying back. I mess up Lucci and Luffy so much, I don't know why. But yeah. Kaku will see Zoro, as Zoro will jump at Kaku. And Zoro was just throwing like 36-pound Phoenix, 100-pound Phoenix. Yeah. At one point, Zoro just says, no sword style. Dragon Twister. As he coats his arm in black hockey for the first time. and just he tears off a good half of the he tears off the roof of the building as Kaku just sent flying to a wall. And everyone's like, Zoro, use black hockey. Zoro says, no, I need to keep it up. As Zoro takes out his swords and he coats them all in black hockey. That's what he says. Damn it, Mosshead. Sanji jumps up to the wolf guy. Sanji uses Diablo Jambe and kicks the guy in the chest. And Luffy says, "Alright, well, I guess this is the day High Marines are beaten." As Spandam is cornered by Nami and Bentham. Bentham just uses the invisible hockey kick to the back of Spandam's back and just he shatters Spandam's spine in one kick. Nami will think that's enough pain, as Nami instantly goes for Khalifa. And Chopper actually just tell him, he doesn't know hockey. Help me with this guy. Help me with this guy. So Robin is just gonna take care of the extra Marine. Robin just straight up says, "I'm gonna go down there, help everyone else. You guys can handle these guys. They bring back some painful memories in my head." So yeah, Robin's not going to fight the main guys as memories. We're gonna cut to Zoro versus Kaku. So Kaku's trying to use. Kaku does not have a double fruit in this one. He's a 2-sword style. He's still a 4-sword style user with his one blade kicks or tempest kicks, but it's not working too well. As Zoro slices through them, and Kaku instantly just says, "How old are you?" As he thinks Zoro's too young to have this much experience with swordsmanship. Zoro says, "I'm 16." As Kaku's like, "Oh god damn it, I'm being beat by a kid basically." As Zoro just slashing at Kaku. Zoro's not going for deep slices. He's just going for a cut. By the time after 5 minutes, Kaku's whole body is dripping blood, and as Kaku hasn't landed a strike on Zoro. At the end of it, Zoro just throws his sword straight through Kaku. Kaku tried to block it, and Zoro just can already sense his sword throw is gonna be faster than Kaku. But he underestimated Kaku as the blade is Kaku will barely even deflect the blade. Once Kaku will hit the blade, will hit Zoro's one sword, put in black hockey with his 2 swords. His swords will break, but Zoro's sword gets flipped into the air. Zoro's like, damn it! As the hockey will go away on all 3 of his swords. Zoro just says, "Alright, well, I guess it's come to this." As Zoro will just catch his other sword in his mouth and say, "Alright, onigiri." As he jumps at Kaku, he takes he takes around 4 tempest kicks to the chest. Zoro's chest is all cut up now. And he just slices up Kaku. And to expand him with what little movement he has, he ends up calling. He doesn't call a buster call. He requests a warlord be sent in to help him right now. Kaku just says, not Kaku. Expandum says, "The Striped Pirates are here and they're destroying us." As he sees Lucci and base Luffy just going toe to toe right now, and Lucci's using his max power against base Luffy. Luffy's still winning. He's Nami versus Khalifa. Khalifa's being beaten. He sees Luffy. I need to get all members of CP9 real quick. CP9. Thank God today I don't have school. Because, no. I wouldn't be making this if I did. Alright, so I'm just gonna tell you who every member of the Strats are fighting. So let me get their names. So Spandam was beaten by Bentham. Luffy versus Lucci, that's going the same except Lucci is losing massively. Kaku is dead. Not dead, he's actually just passed out. But he did get a good few kicks in on Zoro, or slash kicks. Kaku's beaten. Lucci's losing. Jabra, the wolf guy, is being beaten by Sanji's Diablo Jambe. Bluno. I'm gonna say Robin's fighting Bluno. Yeah. So Bluno's fighting Robin, as Robin's actually just using. Bentham's fighting Bluno. Chopper's fighting Commodore. Frankie's fighting Fukuro. Khalifa is fighting Nami. Nero, Lasky, and the question mark guy, because he doesn't have a name, they are not there right now. Hattori is just, being Hattori. Funkfried, he's not doing much. He's like, he can't hold his, like, he can't have a wielder. So yeah, we're gonna cut to Lucci versus Luffy. Luffy and Lucci are fighting on top of on top floor, and at one point, Luffy ends up getting a jet pistol on Lucci's chest, and that would involve Lucci instantly just remembers he was hit with a cannon before, and Luffy's punch hurt more than the cannon. As Luffy just says, "All right, I haven't had to do this in a while, except for the first time I've ever used this." Like Luffy discovered his Gear Second ability. That was the only time he used it over his whole body, as Luffy knew it was dangerous to trace it to make his blood go that fast. He goes all out Gear Second as he's tired of Lucci. As Luffy just going one punch to the gut, one punch to the head. Like Luffy kind of just at light speed just starts wrecking Lucci. At one point, Luffy just realizes Lucci's done for, as Lucci's just dripping blood from every pore basically. And last punch, Luffy kind of just backhands Lucci, hits him again. Like Luffy just barraging Lucci's head now with one fist. By the time Luffy's done, Lucci is just not even able to get up again. Lucci's done for. Sanji ended up kicking Jabra so hard he sent off of Eni's lobby and into the water, as Jabra will drown. Uno versus Bentham. Bentham is winning easily as Invisible Haki is destroying the Door fruit. At one point, Bentham just ends up using a punch and punches through the door and hits Bentham in the nose. Not Bentham, Bluno in the nose. Bentham hits Bluno in the nose. Bentham hits Bluno in the nose. Bluno's kind of staggered until he feels just 2 feet kick him in the chest and send him flying down to the ground, and he's knocked out. Kumadori versus Robin and Chopper. Chopper can only go arm point as he does his most defensive state, but Robin's helping him with that as Chopper will not take as much damage. Chopper does not need to go monster point as well. Robin takes down two of Kumadori's legs as Chopper gets a successful strike in on Kumadori. Chopper will use Invisible Haki for the first time and kill Kumadori by accident. Fukuro versus Fukuro versus Frankie. That goes a lot different as Frankie's actually losing. So yeah, Zoro being in a bloodied state as his chest is in agonizing pain. Like Zoro took four tempest kicks to the chest. And hold up. Alright. So, basically, what Zoro notices about his slash. It actually looks like the slash's carve out demon in his chest. That's what Zoro's chest basically says. It just says demon. So, yeah. Zoro kind of laughs to himself as he sees Frankie losing to Fukuro. And Zoro throws his last 36-pound Phoenix for the day at Fukuro as it hits Fukuro in his right arm as Fukuro just realizes a huge chunk of his body is taken out. So, yeah, Fukuro is kind of not in good shape to fight anymore. And Fukuro ends up getting the one last Frankie uppercut and gets knocked out. Khalifa versus Nami. Nami can just use Invisible Haki and keep hitting Khalifa in the gut, in the back, in the legs. Like, Khalifa is being completely one-sided. And she does not even have her double fruit yet. Like, she is losing massively. Like, she is in pain. So, yeah. But when I said question mark guy, that's because he's unnamed. Like just question mark guy on the Wikipedia page for the CP9. But yeah. Khalifa's kind of just being beaten to a pulp by Nami. At this point, Nami kind of just like lightly kicking Khalifa's head. So, Spandam is in horror as every member of CP9 was taken out by these low-level pirates. Like CP9 was meant to be like the Yonko type of fighters, but they're not Yonko, like warlord type of fighters. But they were beaten this easily. So Spandam's kind of like, oh no, we're gonna die here. He is wrong, but not completely wrong. So yeah, Luffy goes back to Water 7 with everyone. And like his crew is there with him. Frankie's with them. And Frankie will actually build another ship. Not build another, he's gonna finish building his ship. And yeah. Once Frankie builds his will finish building the Sunny, Luffy will just then tell Frankie, Zoro told me you're losing to that like mouth like the zipper mouth guy. Why don't we help you get some upgrades in your body? Frankie will agree, as Frankie will actually start getting upgraded on by everyone. Yeah, do this real quick. The Straw Hats, they go back to Annie's lobby, they get the Sunny built, Frankie gets upgrades on his body. And they're chilling in a house when Garp walks in with a young Kobe and a young Helmeppo. And I'm pretty sure Helmeppo would actually be, like, Helmeppo wouldn't just be as a snotty-nosed brat as he was in canon. So this one, Helmeppo's a little more honorable. And Kobe would not be smiling when he sees Luffy and Zoro. He'd actually be a little confused. And then, when Garp sees Luffy, he'll instantly try to throw a punch at Luffy. And when the hesitation, Luffy jumps over Garp and just tries to kick out Garp's legs. And Kobe would instantly shut that down as he kicks Luffy in the head. And this time, an extra person that Garp brought with him would be Morgan. So, yeah. So, everyone's kind of there. And Morgan instantly sees Luffy and is angry. He's like, you're the one that broke my jaw.